2 years ago, Seattle police rolled up to a West Seattle home after a 911 call about a burglar in the area.
Sir, Seattle police. What's going on? Do you live here?
At the scene, they find a man who quickly becomes combative.
I can do whatever I want.
Stay there, you're gonna get tased.
No, I'm not.
Police have encountered a person experiencing a mental health crisis.
Under the federal law, I own this property.
He refuses to follow police orders.
I don't need to listen to you.
He won't sit down.
Sit down.
You're not going to tell me what to do. You can pack your bags and leave.
He even chokes his dog.
Don't look at the dog.
Put the dog down.
When police finally approach, it's chaos.
Sit down.
You can't see the detail, but officers say the man bit two of them
Stop! Stop! Hey, stop biting! Stop biting!
and tried to gouge their eyes.
There you go.
There you go.
Was that necessary?
Come on, man.
Okay, you're under arrest.
After SPD took Garrett Molino into custody, security tape showed he was the prime suspect for the initial call. Earlier in the evening, you see him entering the home. There he is breaking into the gate and damaging tens of thousands of dollars worth of sculptures in the yard and home.
And we also have some property damage in the backyard here.
Prosecutors charged Merlino with malicious mischief, burglary, assault, and animal cruelty. He had 2 open domestic violence cases on the books as well.
Relax.
Get off my property!
Merlino wasn't behind bars long. 3 weeks later, a King County judge released him from jail. He was out on his own recognizance. While waiting for his trial out of jail, attorneys tell the court Merlino is extremely mentally ill. So with this document, a judge orders DSHS to evaluate him.
You can get in your car and go back!
That made Merlino one of about 1,300 mentally ill defendants in Washington waiting for their trials out of jail, while also waiting on DSHS for an evaluation or psychiatric treatment.
It just doesn't make any sense, frankly.
Gabby Charlton is the prosecutor who handles these cases for King County.
Do you think there's a safety risk with having this group of people out of custody?
Absolutely, because it's an unstable population.
In the last 2 years, the number of defendants waiting out of jail for state help has gone down by about 25%. But the amount of time they've been waiting has gone up. In 2019, out-of-custody suspects waited an average of 3.5 months for state mental health services. Since then, the time has nearly quadrupled. People are now waiting, on average, more than 1.5 years.
It's unfathomable to me that it could take that long.
Garrett, how do you spell your first name?
Garrett Merlino was still waiting for his evaluation when Thurston County deputies got a call he threatened to kill someone.
Unfortunately, today you're going to be coming with us.
Why? No! Get away from me! What did I do? Tell me what I'm arrested for.
Clearly in crisis, Merlino accuses the police of trespassing, assault, and making things up.
You're lying, and it's abuse of your power. And I'm not going to handle it.
A few minutes later, the encounter turns violent. Once again, Merlino is on tape, biting and gouging the eyes of officers.
I'm going to tase you. I'm going to tase you. You tried to gouge my eye.
Should Garrett Merlino have been out on the street that night?
Oh, absolutely not.
This is Thurston County Sheriff Derek Sanders.
Watch his mouth.
4 of his deputies were injured on the job that day. Prosecutors charged Merlino with assault, harassment, and resisting arrest. The King 5 investigators have exposed for years the state has struggled to get mentally ill defendants the help they need. A decade ago, DSHS was sued in a case called True Blood for leaving people in jail for months waiting for treatment. In 2023, the state turned it around, drastically reducing wait times for those in jail from 4 to 9 months to an average wait time of 5 days. But wait times for people out in the community went up.
Has the state of Washington just forgotten about these people that are out in the community? What would you say to that?
No, I would say we have not forgotten them.
DSHS officials say a federal judge's order in the True Blood case forces them to give the first available beds to people waiting in jail.
How important would you say this issue is to the state of Washington?
Oh, for us, again, it is a very important issue that we want to be focused on and addressing, much like we did with the True Blood case and everything that we've done there. We want to do the same thing here.
Get on the ground now.
No, I'm not.
A year after Garrett Merlino was charged with attacking Seattle police officers and then let out of jail, records show another mentally ill person waiting for an evaluation carried out an act of violence. Jake Berman of Des Moines had been waiting 3 months for a psych exam when he allegedly beat his neighbor bloody, unprovoked. 2 weeks later, at his condo complex, he's accused of brutally beating and stabbing another neighbor to death with a pair of tweezers.
We're gonna have to reprioritize what we're doing. That's what it comes down to. The state's got a lot of money. I know that we're going through a crunch right now, and I don't think that excuse is good enough for anybody. I think at the end of the day, citizens of all political backgrounds and makeup want to see this problem fixed.
It is important to note that most people with mental illnesses do not commit crimes. The research shows they're far more likely to be a crime victim. But this is a population, you have to remember, has already entered the criminal justice system, and a judge has let them out of jail after being charged with, I've seen a long list of some of the crimes like assault, domestic violence, even kidnapping. So we will see if the state can turn this around and have improvements like they saw with the people waiting in jail.
It is clearly a problem that needs to be addressed, obviously. Susanna, thank you.